All right, so I'm currently on a walk with my daughter, but this is really a video that's kind of intended for all my dads within our program and all the dads who really just are stuck in not knowing what to do, not knowing what your next move should be, just feeling like you can't move, because I've been there before. Like, as soon as I had my daughter, it was like go time. I had no clue what I was going to do, and that's why I jumped into just network marketing, because I saw my parents were able to build an empire while having 3 kids, and that's kind of all I knew. And that's when it really dawned on me that, I can't always just do what other people do. And I know that there are a ton of dads that feel stuck. They see other dads that are doing other things and really making it in life. And they just ask themselves, like, why can't I do that? Why can't I have that type of life or do what they're doing? And one, it's usually because you don't enjoy doing what they do. Like, there's a reason that they're good at what they do, and they're making the amount of money as being a dad that they're making. And it's because they have passion for what they do and they love what they do. And for you right now, you're probably in a spot where you don't enjoy what you do. You don't love what you do. It doesn't energize you. It doesn't actually drive you. So you're just at a standstill. And when you're at a standstill, there is no drive. The only drive you really have is being a dad or having to take care of your family. And that drive should be enough. Like, you should be able to get it done. And right now, I want to show you that you can get it done, because I'm currently on a walk with my daughter and I'm getting shit done. Like, this is a video that's going on my YouTube, and it's something that I want to put out there because it's important for a lot of dads to realize that you are in control. Like, you got to stop letting other people control your life. And that starts with being the authority. Like, we were called to be the authority. We were the head, not the tail. And a lot of these guys just move through life being the tail. And, they're always building someone else's dream instead of their own, working for some corporate company. And I think the biggest thing, the biggest reason why there are so many dads that are driven dads that get stuck is because they have kids way too early and feel like they got to jump into a 9-to-5 to be able to go support, and that's just what becomes normal. And I'm here to tell you that is not normal. Like, I'm sure I'll probably get a lot of hate for that, but I'm here to tell you that is not normal. Like, being the head of the household and never being around and only supporting your family from the hours of 6 o'clock at night to 9 o'clock at night, and having to leave the next morning, that is not normal. And that is not called being a dad. That's maybe called being the caretaker. That's not called being a dad. Being a dad is always being around for your kids, wanting to actually be in their life, like 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, or even just 5 days a week. We're talking 15 hours that you're really getting with your kids in the entire week, because they're waiting for you to come home, and then by the time you come home, you're depleted, and usually you're just watching TV or trying to make it. It's always a fake it till you make it mentality until, your kids finally go to sleep and you can just rest. And it's not the way that we're supposed to live life. Like, the way that life was supposed to be lived and the way that it was portrayed to me was doing whatever it took to make sure that your family had the vision to not live a life of normality. And for me, I didn't live a life of normality. My parents were always home, and they never worked a 9-to-5 from from the time that I lived with them, and from everything that I saw, they were never working 9 to 5, always around, and that stuff stuck with me. Like being able to always be around my parents and actually have a dad in my life, a dad to guide me, teach me, ask questions to. That was important, because I know what it's like when mom has to take over the household and be the head in a lot of senses. And that can bring stress to a relationship. That can bring doubt to a relationship. Because as soon as you start adding kids to the equation, things get interesting. As I would know, and as any of my dads watching this would know, you can have a great, perfect life with the woman of your dreams, and then as soon as kids start happening, life changes, and emotions can change, and attitudes can change within the matter of seconds. So, I want you guys to understand one thing. You can do this. Like, you have the power to do what you want to freaking do. And being a face on YouTube, being a face within the public, showing the things that you can do, showing the things that you are doing to get out of the situation that you're in, get out of your 9 to 5, get out of whatever job you're working that's keeping you from your family, that's keeping you in the same house that you've been living in for the past 10 years, that's keeping you from taking trips with your family whenever you want to take trips, having to report to a boss. If that's how you're living right now, I'm here to tell you that you can get out of that. Like, it doesn't take a lot of work. It takes a mindset. And if you have the mindset and you can control your emotions, control how your day-to-day can go, then this is a no problem. You can do whatever you want to do. If you have passion for what you do, you have drive for what you do, that stuff will energize you. That stuff will fuel you to actually go and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your life. So for example, I have a business I'm growing right now with my best friend. My best friend is single, doesn't have kids, doesn't have a girlfriend. He has a lot more time than I have to work on this business. For me, I have a kid, I have a daughter, and I have to be able to manage the time that I have with my daughter and work at the same time. And sometimes that could be a difficult thing, but you got to realize, there's some things that you have to sacrifice in life to be able to give your family what they want. And for me, yes, I have to sacrifice time that I would love to spend with my daughter sometimes to be able to help my partner grow our business. And that's just part of it. Having to sacrifice a little bit of time to grow a business is going to be important, because there's going to be a day where you don't have to work as hard. You can be a little bit more hands-off, get more family time, be on your own time. It's the beginning stages of the drive that are the hardest parts. The getting going is the hardest part. And once you've got going, and once you have a system that works, once you have a flow that works, that you've found, then you become an unstoppable force. And as we've been building our company, as we've been building Dominion's Mastery, it's been a learning process. And in the past few months, having to, ask questions, adjust, redesign things, retake videos, re-explain videos, all of that. It's a learning process, and that's just something that you go through. You have to go through a learning process and realizing that life is about to look a lot different. And when I realized that I wasn't going to be working 9 to 5, I was going to be making sure that here in the next 2-3 years that my daughter can see me whenever she wants to, and I can see my daughter whenever I want to. and be around her whenever I want to. And she actually has a dad that is always home, and is always around, and always wants to hang out. That's the sacrifice that I am living for right now. Because I know here in a couple of years, when that actually happens, and I get to be around my daughter a lot more, I can look back on these moments in the days that I had to work and get things done. And I can look back on these days and say, man, this was really worth it. I'm glad that I spent the time to do what I needed to do right now so I can have this time with my daughter right now. And, you know, that just goes with, like, anything. Like, I want to be able to take my daughter to places like the Cayman Islands and places like Colorado and France to go skiing and places like that. Like, that's the type of, like, trips I want to take my daughter on. And, you know, if I can get the stuff done right now that I need to get done in order to give myself free time here in the next few years to be able to do that, then it'll be all worth it. Because now I've given my daughter the dream, a dream. I've given her the mindset to be a dreamer, because she's going to be living in the top 1% of girls her age. So if I can give her what it's like to live in that top 1% for kids her age, she'll never want to live a different way. And she's going to have the same drive that I have, you know, moving forward for the rest of her life, because it's instilled in her. It's something that, you know, she has seen all of her life. And she's been around all of her life to see her dad around, see her mom around, see her family around, being on their own time, being their own boss, doing what they want to do so that they can spend time with her, so that we can spend time with her. And it's important for our kids to see that. Important for our kids to realize that they live a life of 1%ers. And if they're living a life of 1%ers, they're never going to want to live another way. So when they get to their adult stages, it's a no-brainer. They get to live how they want to live, and they get to put their family in the same exact position as I put my family. You know, they get to put their family in the 1%ers, take their kids to certain places that I've taken my kids, and things of that nature. Like, it's called building a legacy, building a family legacy, and breaking the bloodline to what's normal in your family and replacing it. And literally, like, it starts with you. Like, as the dad, as the head of the household, like, you've got to stop bowing down to the people that have zero authority and realize that you have authority. And you are the head of your freaking household. So, like, the mindset that you need to get into right now needs to completely switch, needs to take a 180 flip, and you need to start walking the other way in your own authority and start doing the things that you want to do. And start actually, like, taking progressive actions that can put you in a spot where you don't have to go work the job you're working right now. Like, literally 6 months ago, I was a bouncer at a bar. And then I decided, like, what the heck am I doing? And quit that job and started building a 5-figure a month business in the matter of a month. Like, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take a whole lot of work for life to flip and to completely just switch around in the matter of a month. If you just set your mind to it and start setting some daily goals and start actually getting those goals done, then you're gonna win. You're gonna succeed. Like, think about this right now. I want you to think about this. If I write 3 daily goals down every single day to just accomplish, like, hey, I'm setting these three daily goals because I want to get somewhere else in life. And these 3 daily goals are going to help me get to this place. whether that's building something or starting your own business, whatever it is, like having 3 daily goals to actually make that move forward is going to be important. Because if you get 3 daily goals done for an entire year, that's over 1,000 daily goals that you've gotten done. You're telling me if you had 1,000 goals and you accomplished over 1,000 goals within 1 year, you're not going to change. You're not going to be a different human being. That wouldn't make any sense. If you have 3 daily goals and you get a freaking, like, a third of them done, you're telling me you won't be a freaking, like, different person? You'll be a completely different person. Yeah, you may have not grown the discipline that you needed to grow in that time, because getting those goals done is essential and it's important. But you've gotten goals written down, and you're at least writing goals down, writing things down, having a vision for yourself, and actually trying to take some type of progressive action to get stuff done. But you know, it's even with a third of the goals getting done, you've moved forward as a human being. And that's kind of the main message I want you guys to realize. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes you being a progressive person and putting some goals in place to move out of the rut that you're in right now. And that's something I had to realize by myself. I didn't have someone tell me this. I mean, I called my dad, and my dad, eventually he told me, hey, you gotta have some type of fire for something. Like, I don't know what that is. If it's not what we do, then it's something else, but you gotta have fire for something. And when he told me that, you know, I started really, like, coming to terms with what I had passion for. And I had passion for being in shape, eating healthy, being a decent human being that can help people change their bodies. And that's why I started doing, you know, fitness coaching. And that's what I started with, and grew that business to what I wanted to grow it into. And then got into Dominion's Mastery with my best friend, and then started a whole new business. Like, in the matter of a year, I have started one business, closed it, just to start up a whole nother one while having a daughter. And yes, I'm not always around my daughter as of now, but there's going to be a time where I want to be around my daughter all the time. And I'll have that opportunity to be around her whenever I want to be around her. Because I'll have my business, it'll be solidified. I'll have people helping me, we'll have a team. There's going to be a lot that goes into it, and there's going to be a lot that happens here in the next few months when it comes to taking those steps. But it's in the process, and it's happening. And it's not something that I have to question if it's going to happen, because it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I've already put my mind to it, that this thing is going to get so big pretty soon that we're going to have to hire a whole team just to manage this thing. And I'm okay with that. Yes, it might be a lot more on my plate, but I'm going to be okay with that. So I got to end this video because it seems like my daughter is a little bit frustrated, and I am going to be walking back up to the house anytime soon here. But I hope this helped for some of my dads out there that are feeling a little stuck, feeling like they can't get out of the rut that they're in right now because they felt rushed into having to go get some type of job. I'm here to let you know you can get out. You can get out. There's a reason that this whole thing is called the Matrix. And if you were someone stuck in the Matrix, it is real life. Like, you can get out of the Matrix. You can literally separate your life from the life that you've been living all your life of normality and separate yourself. But it's going to start with taking action and realizing what... Sorry, my phone got a little overheated on the walk. But what I really wanted to get across to you guys is you have to decide in your mind that life is going to change. And once you've decided that life is going to change in your mind, then your reticular activating system is going to start believing that life is going to change. And then it's going to start making you feel a priority in your everyday life to start taking the steps to actually change your life. So it starts with deciding first. You have to decide that life is about to look a lot different. And then once you've decided that life is going to look a lot different, your mind and your thoughts and your emotions will naturally take over and start making those changes.